In Australia, we now allow our students to work 24 hours per week. So you can work up to 48 hours.
ជំរាបសួរទៅកាន់វាគ្មិនកិត្តិយសនិងសួស្តីបងប្អូននិងបងសិស្សនិស្សិតទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលបានចូលរួមនៅក្នុងសិក្ខាសាលារបស់យើងនៅថ្ងៃនេះហើយដែលស្ដីអំពី Study IT in Australia in High Demand for Young IT Graduates នេះខ្ញុំឈ្មោះលីងហាដែលជា Moderator អ្នកសម្របសម្រួល event របស់យើងនៅថ្ងៃនេះពួកយើងពិតជាមានកិត្តិយសនិងសេចក្តីរីករាយខ្លាំងមែនទែនដែលឃើញវត្តមានរបស់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាចូលរួមនៅក្នុងសិក្ខាសាលារបស់យើងនៅថ្ងៃនេះហើយសង្ឃឹមថាសិក្ខាសាលានេះនឹងចែករំលែកនូវចំណេះដឹងបទពិសោធន៍និងព័ត៌មានសំខាន់ៗអំពីការសិក្សានៅក្នុងប្រទេសអូស្ត្រាលីទៅកាន់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាជាពិសេសអ្នកដែលគាត់មានបំណងចង់ទៅបន្តការសិក្សានៅក្នុងប្រទេសអូស្ត្រាលីផងដែរហើយនៅក្នុងថ្ងៃនេះដែរខាងយើងក៏មានវាគ្មិនកិត្តិយសចូលរួមផ្ទាល់គឺ Mrs. Vanessa ដែលគាត់ជា Regional Manager of Kaplan Business School នៅប្រទេសអូស្ត្រាលីអញ្ចឹងឥឡូវនេះខ្ញុំសូម brief ពី agenda របស់event យើងនៅថ្ងៃនេះបន្តិចសិនមុននឹងឈានទៅដល់ speaker របស់យើងគាត់នឹងធ្វើការ presentation បន្ទាប់ពីយើង brief ហើយម៉ោង 2 ដល់ម៉ោង 2:10 នាទី waiting for participate to join ម៉ោង 2:10 នាទីដល់ម៉ោង 2:20 នាទី introduction from WEduAbroad team ម៉ោង 2 ដល់ម៉ោង 3:30 នាទី speaker presentation ម៉ោង 3:30 នាទីដល់ម៉ោង 3:50 នាទី Q&A session និងម៉ោង 3:50 នាទីដល់ម៉ោង 4 ដល់គឺ closing sessionហើយឥឡូវនេះខាងយើងសូម introduce about WeduShare និង WEduAbroad ថាតើពួកយើងគឺជាណាគេហើយនឹងពួកយើងនឹងនាំយកអ្វីមកខ្លះទៅកាន់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាសម្រាប់ WeduShare គឺបង្កើតឡើងនៅឆ្នាំ 2016 ជាលក្ខណៈ fully funded ដែលខាងយើងនឹងជួយទៅកាន់កូនសិស្សដែលគាត់មានសមត្ថភាព apply យកអាហារូបករណ៍ទៅបន្តការសិក្សានៅក្រៅប្រទេសសម្រាប់ WeduAbroad វិញគឺបង្កើតឡើងនៅឆ្នាំ 2017 គឺជាលក្ខណៈ self funded ដែលជាក្រុមហ៊ុនប្រឹក្សាយោបល់សម្រាប់កូនសិស្សដែលគាត់មានលទ្ធភាពឬអាណាព្យាបាលដែលគាត់មានលទ្ធភាពបញ្ជូនកូនពួកគាត់ទៅបន្តការសិក្សានៅក្រៅប្រទេសនោះខាង WeduAbroad យើងនឹងចាំជួយ support ទៅកាន់ពួកគាត់គ្រប់គ្នាWeduAbroad យើងមានសេវាកម្មចំនួន 6 ដែលនៅក្នុងនោះមានទី 1 គឺ Student Placement គឺការប្រឹក្សាយោបល់ដ៏ឥតគិតថ្លៃមានន័យថាសិស្សានុសិស្សដែលគាត់ទៅបន្តការសិក្សានៅក្រៅប្រទេសអាចមកប្រឹក្សាខាង WeduAbroad យើងនឹងធ្វើការប្រឹក្សាជូនដ៏ឥតគិតថ្លៃពីការរស់នៅមុខជំនាញនិងសាកលវិទ្យាល័យដែលគាត់ចង់ទៅបន្តការសិក្សានៅក្រៅប្រទេសហើយមួយវិញទៀតបើសិនជាកូនសិស្សដែលគាត់មានឥឡូវនឹងអត់ទាន់មានបំណងទៅសិក្សានៅក្រៅប្រទេសឥឡូវក៏គាត់អាចធ្វើការសាកសួរព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមទុកជាមុនសិនក៏បានដែរទី 2 គឺ Visa Counseling សម្រាប់ Visa Counseling នេះគឺការជួយរៀបចំ Visa ឲ្យទៅកាន់កូនសិស្សដែលគាត់ត្រូវទៅបន្តការសិក្សានៅក្រៅប្រទេសហើយមួយវិញទៀតបើសិនជាអាណាព្យាបាលរបស់គាត់ចង់ទៅលេងកូនគាត់នៅក្រៅប្រទេសសាជូនទៅកាន់អាណាព្យាបាលផងដែរហើយមួយវិញទៀតក៏ខាងយើងនឹងទទួលរៀបចំបកប្រែឯកសារជូនផ្សេងសម្រាប់ឯកសារដែលអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាចង់ឲ្យខាងយើងជួយបកប្រែបានដែរទី 3 គឺ translation ការសេវាកម្មជួយការបកប្រែឯកសារនៅក្នុងនោះអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នានៅពេលដែល apply ទៅសិក្សានៅក្រៅប្រទេសអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាជាមួយនឹងខាង WeduAbroad យើងអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាពុំចាំបាច់ទៅរកក្រុមហ៊ុនផ្សេងដើម្បីធ្វើការបកប្រែឯកសារនោះទេខាងយើងនឹងជួយរៀបចំឯកសារបកប្រែឯកសារជូនទៅកាន់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាតែម្ដងដោយមិនចាំបាច់ព្រួយបារម្ភនៅក្នុងការរៀបចំបកប្រែឯកសារនេះផ្សេងទី 4 គឺ Fly and Insurance សម្រាប់ទី 4 ចំណុចនេះគឺការជួយកក់និងទិញសំបុត្រឬក៏ជួយទិញធានារ៉ាប់រងករណីថាកូនសិស្សគាត់អត់ដឹងថាត្រូវទិញឬកក់សំបុត្រយន្តហោះតាមណាហើយទិញធានារ៉ាប់រងប្រភេទអ្វីខាងយើងនឹងជួយ support ទៅកាន់ពួកគាត់នៅក្នុងការជួយទិញនិងកក់សំបុត្រយន្តហោះក៏ដូចជាទិញធានារ៉ាប់រងផងដែរទី 5 គឺ accommodation គឺការជួយជ្រើសរើសកន្លែងស្នាក់នៅទៅជូនទៅកាន់កូនសិស្សដែលគាត់ទៅបន្តការសិក្សានៅក្រៅប្រទេសនៅពេលដែលកូនសិស្សគាត់ទៅក្រៅប្រទេសការជ្រើសរើសកន្លែងស្នាក់នៅគឺពិតជាសំខាន់សម្រាប់ពួកគាត់ជាពិសេស សិស្សានុសិស្សគាត់មានការបារម្ភនិងអាណាព្យាបាលរបស់គាត់ក៏មានការបារម្ភខ្លាំងដែរនៅក្នុងការស្នាក់នៅនេះដូច្នេះហើយខាង WEduAbroad យើងគឺនឹងចាំជួយសម្ពោធទៅកាន់គាត់នៅក្នុងការជួយរកកន្លែងស្នាក់នៅដែរហើយជាពិសេស accommodation ហ្នឹងគឺមានច្រើនប្រភេទតែនៅក្នុងនោះមានជាលក្ខណៈរស់នៅបែប private ជាលក្ខណៈរស់នៅជុំគ្នាហើយអ្នកខ្លះទៀតអាចនឹងនៅក្នុងដុំជាដើមដូច្នេះធ្វើឲ្យសិស្សានុសិស្សគាត់ពិបាកនៅក្នុងការជ្រើសរើសកន្លែងស្នាក់នៅជាធម្មតានៅពេលដែលអាណាព្យាបាលឬក៏អ្នកនរគ្នាចង់ផ្ទេរប្រាក់ទៅក្រៅប្រទេសតែងតែទៅឈររងចាំយូរនៅធនាគារហើយនឹងត្រូវបំពេញបែបបទនិងឯកសារជាច្រើនទៀតអញ្ចឹងអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាគ្រាន់តែធ្វើការមកខាងក្រុមហ៊ុនយើងខាងយើងនឹងមានផ្ដល់ជូននូវសេវាផ្ទេរប្រាក់ទៅក្រៅប្រទេសដើម្បីផ្ដល់ភាពងាយស្រួលដល់មិនចាំបាច់រងចាំយូរហើយសម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចធ្វើការទំនាក់ទំនងផ្ទាល់តាមរយៈលេខទូរស័ព្ទពីរខ្សែដែលបាន show នៅលើ slide ទាំងពីរខ្សែនេះហើយមួយវិញទៀតក៏អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចតាក់ទងមកផ្ទាល់តាមរយៈប្រព័ន្ធផ្សព្វផ្សាយ Facebook Telegram និង Instagram ជាដើមផងដែរមួយវិញទៀតបើសិនជាអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាចង់ទទួលបានព័ត៌មានឆាប់រហ័សអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចធ្វើការ scan QR code នៅលើ slide នេះដើម្បីចូលទៅក្នុង group channel Telegram នៅ workshop របស់យើងដើម្បីទទួលបានព័ត៌មានតាក់ទងនឹងអាហារូបករណ៍ក៏ដូចជាសាកលវិទ្យាល័យនៅបរទេសជាច្រើនផងដែរដែលនៅក្នុងនោះអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចទទួលបានព័ត៌មានយ៉ាងឆាប់រហ័សផងដែរឥឡូវពី agenda និង introduce about WEduAbroad យើងគឺបានបញ្ចប់អញ្ចឹងសូមជូនពេលវេលានេះទៅកាន់ speaker របស់យើង Okay so that's all is our brief of agenda and introduce about WEduAbroad. So now we will give the floor to you to go into presentation. So welcome to our speaker presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you for including me today to meet with your prospective students on a Saturday afternoon. And thank you for all the students that joining me on the weekend. A bit about my background. I just want to introduce myself before I go into the presentations to everyone. So my name is Vanessa. I'm the regional manager of Southeast Asia of Kaplan Business School. And I was an international student before. I studied overseas and slowly I joined the industry. I recruiting new students to Australia. And I like to see many students that follow my footprint, like study and achieve a very good qualifications of education in Australia and get a job and having a high the good positions when you graduate and working in Australia or any other countries that you aim to do in the future. And it's my honor today to see everyone and to give you as much information as I could to give you the consideration and to make your decision whether you want to come to Australia to study. First, I like to share my screen before I go into the topics. So please let me know if when I change the screen, if you cannot see it, please let me know so I can share my screen again because sometimes the technical issues could be a hassle for me. Okay. Right, about Kaplan Business School, I will introduce about my school later, but I want to stray ahead, going to the topics, the hot topics today, so everyone cannot wait longer to understand about the topic that we're going to talk about today. And if you want more information about us, I will introduce it in the halfway of the presentation. But first, let's get on to the hot topic. So the hot topic today that we're going to talk about is the IT courses and IT jobs in Australia. As you know, IT jobs and careers are getting very hot in Australia now because there's a big demand in Australia, need IT workers to work for their like corporates and for their labor markets. So Australia is in a very high demand for the young ITs graduates. The reason I will share with you later in the following slides. So this slide presents to you why there is a high demand in Australia. As you can see that every year in Australia, people need 60,000 workers to fill in 60,000 jobs in Australia. However, in Australia, all the university and education providers, they only can provide 7,000 graduates every year. So there's a very big gap between demand and also supplies. So 60,000 and 7,000 50,000. That's why so many students that graduate from IT sector, very easy for them to get a job. And you can see that there's a skill shortage for IT professional in Australia and globally. So studying IT, you don't only have to worry about whether you're going to get a job in Australia, but wherever you go, any country that you aim to work, even in your hometown in Cambodia, I'm sure you can easily find a job in IT, because IT and business is the foundation for any industry. And in 2030, you can see that Australia will need 650,000 tech workers to meet 2030 year targets. So it's a huge demand here. So any student that's studying IT now is almost guaranteed that they're going to get a job after they finish their study. So you can see here, this is the top demanding occupation in Australia in 2023. I just listed down 20 jobs. Actually, it's from the minister website. It's not from me. It's something that the government listed, and I just share with you here. You can see that beside nurses, software and application programmer, which is IT jobs, is in huge demand for 2023. As of now, we need at least 6,269 people in this industry. And follow that is contract program and project administrator in 2,392, and ICT business and system analyst is 3,053 jobs. And lastly is database system administrator and ICT security specialist is 942 jobs. So it's in huge demand here. If any student want to consider it, it's a good time for you to think of applying to study. Next slide will be the top 10 jobs with critical shortage in Australia for the gap from 2023 to 2027. You can see 1, 2, 3, like 3 out of 9 are from IT sector. So many students asking me, yes, IT is in the demand. How about the pay? Whether it's worth it for them to invest their time and their finance, their money into studying, whether the pay for the salaries will be good after they graduate. You can see here, this is the top 20 highest paying IT job in Australia. Obviously, after you graduate, you won't have this position straight away, but this is one of the top jobs in IT sector. You can see that they're paying quite high. Most of the job is like above $150,000. So to achieve to this position, usually will take you 5 to 10 years, depends on your career pathway and what position you chose. So you can see that CIO, the job is 255,000 a year, Australian dollars a year. That is the minimum, but the average salary is 300,000. And CTO, the job is also like 287,000 for the average salary. But you look at the max salary here, which is in the highlight, in the black color. So the max salary is 400,000. You see, and also 200,000 for like the analytics and data scientists or the cybersecurity manager. The maximum salary will be like 220,000. Right. So this is all high demanding jobs, and with this salary, you for sure can live comfortably in Australia and have very good finance progress for your future. Even for like the officer jobs, the job for like people who just recently graduate and have been work a few years only, you might start from $70,000 or $80,000, but after 3 to 5 years, easily for you to reach about $100,000 jobs here. you can see, for example, just data analyst is 112,000 already, or like for example, like the desk support only, the desktop support, like just like a support position, you can see that it's $90,000. And also, if you want to become the software developers, it's also like $133,000 for your job per year. So you can see that it's very good paying, and compared to the business or other sector, which started from about 60,000 a year, IT is more in high demand, and also the average salary is much higher as well. Right. So many students also asking, yes, study in Australia is good. The job demand is there, but whether they're going to have a chance to stay and work in Australia or not, just a good news to share with you. IT is one of the sector that students who graduate from a degree, which is a bachelor or master, but mostly master, they will receive extra years to stay with their 485 visa. 485 visa is the post-study work visa, which allows students to stay and work in Australia. So usually if you finish a master degree, you can stay for 3 years to work full-time, to earn the working experience, so you can go back to Cambodia with that experience and work in a good company with a high salary. But now if you graduate from Kaplan Business School, Master of IT with us, you can see, you will be in the list of students who can receive extra 2 years in the post-study work right. You can see our name is right here, Master of Information Technology Extension. So if you study with us, you will be eligible to apply for 5 years 485 visa after you graduate. So with these 5 years, you can think of migrating in Australia, because, you know, the more experience you have working in Australia, the higher point you're going to have to apply for your PR later. Because in Australia, migrating here, we use the point system. The higher points you have, the higher chance you're going to get invited to apply for permanent residence. So it's very critical that you have good working and long-term working experience in Australia. So these 5 years working will help so much for you in the future if that is your one of your options to migrate here. Some information about our IT course in Kaplan Business School. If you cannot hear the video, please let me know so I can share the slide again with the video sounds on. But if everything is good, I just leave it as it is.
If there's one thing we know for sure about information technology, it is this. The pace of change is so rapid that organisations and indeed countries are struggling to meet demand for the latest advancements. That forecasted skills shortage makes the IT profession one of the surest, most reliable, have an international reputation for educating students to become the type of graduate who can make a real difference to whichever industry they join. That's why we've designed our IT specialisations to address 4 of the areas in greatest demand. Our analytics specialisation is for students with an ambition to become a business analyst, for example, or a data engineer. Our web and mobile development specialisation is for students who plan to work as a web designer, an app developer, or a multimedia specialist. Our cybersecurity specialisation is for students who aspire to be a digital forensics analyst, a blockchain developer, or one of the many other fascinating careers in cyber intelligence. And our programming specialisation is for students whose career objective is to be a software engineer or an analyst programmer. And of course, students may choose to graduate without a specialisation and still benefit from the numerous career paths available for a generalist IT degree. This can include cloud architect, IT project manager, and network administrator. It's also important that students select the right education provider, one they can trust. At Kaplan Business School, we're proud that in the rankings that matter and in the awards that count, we have proven ourselves to be leaders in quality education, student support, student satisfaction, teaching quality, employability of international students, and graduate outcomes. But there's more that makes us stand out, such as the fact we have no exams. Instead, we have practical, job-related assignments. We also have no lectures. Instead, we have interactive workshops run by teachers with a lot of industry experience. And we don't have any prescribed textbooks. We instead provide students with diverse and engaging online resources, such as videos, podcasts, and industry papers. And students can continue attending any of their courses, online classes, after they graduate, even for subjects they didn't previously complete. And they can also continue receiving one-on-one career coaching with both benefits available forever and for free. Because at Kaplan Business School, we're committed to working with our students to create success together.
Right. So you will be curious to see what programs that Kaplan Business School is offering to you. So as of now, we have two levels of our courses for IT. So first, actually, we do have diploma as well, but diploma is more like for the first year student who cannot enter directly to a bachelor. So majority of students come from Cambodia who graduate from a national high school program. You will have to start with our diploma first. So after 1 year diploma, you're going to enter to the second year of our bachelor. So first year of bachelor and our diploma programs, the curriculum is quite similar. But however, the diploma entry requirements will be a bit lower for you. So because the Cambodian high school is not equivalent to Australian high school for qualification, that's why we're offering you the diploma. Also, the entry requirement for the English for the diploma is also lower as well. So instead of 6.0, with IELTS, you have to achieve to enter to bachelor. For our diploma, you only need to have IELTS 5.5 with no band lower than 5. And the core subjects you study in diploma is the same like the first year of our bachelor here, with at least 8 subjects from here. And when you finish the diploma of IT, you're going to enter to the second year of our bachelor course, and you're going to study another 16 subjects. But general, for the 3-year study, the structure will be 10 subjects of core subject ITs and 7 IT elective and 7 elective for IT or business. Because we are business school, so when we teach our student a program, we want to make sure that the student understand about business and how to run the business in the future. So it's important for students who want to learn IT also know how to do business in IT in the future. That's why we introduce business as elective in here for the student to select from. And a bachelor in Australia is usually 3 years. So if you do a diploma and bachelor, it's still 3 years. With diploma will be 1 year, and then 2 years will be bachelor programs. In total, you're going to study 24 subjects, and you finish in 3 years. For our master course, we do have 2 options of the Master of Information Technology. The first option is only 1 year, 8 months, and the second option is 2 years. Please pay attention to this, because if a student wants to be eligible for 485 visa, the post-study work visa, after you graduate a master, you must study a 2 years duration program. If you study anything less than that, you won't be eligible for that visa. So our 2 years program will have 15 subjects and will be taught in 6 trimesters. And the student will have a choice to do with a specialization or without a specialization. So if you want to do a specialization, the subjects will be 9 core subjects. Without a specialization, the structure will be 9 core subjects, 4 elective, and 2 MBA elective. With the specialization, you're going to do slightly different. Still have 9 core subjects and 3 core specialization of the specialization you choose, and also 1 IT elective subject and 2 MBA elective subjects. And in both programs, bachelor and master, we do provide internship for our students as well. And you have seen the video. You see that our dean had talked about the 4 specializations that we are offering to our students. All 4 are in the very high demanding jobs, and you can see that the list of the occupation that I had shared with you earlier. All the important IT positions are fall into 4 specialization in here. You can see analytics, web mobile development, cybersecurity, programming, or if any student doesn't want to follow with any specialization, they just simply choose to study a general degrees. For each specialization, you can see that we have a different career outcomes. For example, for analytics, you can see that we have database administrator and database analyst or network analyst. I know that some students who never study IT, myself as well, I'm not an expert in the area, but when you talk about the course, it's hard to choose that which specialization that you are interested in. But some people, they know what they want to become. For example, if you want to become a web designer, then definitely you have to go to study web and mobile development. Or if you want to write a program or develop a program or become a programmer, you can do programming as a specialization. So pay attention to the career outcomes here, then you know that what specialization you should study. This is just another slide about the career outcomes that we have explained before. All these jobs, you could see that it's quite matching with the list of occupation that in high demand in the IT sectors. So most of the positions that you have got here, after you graduate and you work in these sectors, you will be very easy to find the jobs, because we design our course that way to make sure that our students have the highest career outcomes, that easily to find job after you graduate. Right. And now Dean also mentioned in the video that we have no exams in our course. Doesn't mean that you just go to class and you graduate. No, we do have assignments, and the assignment is more like industry-based assignment that will be very close with your actual work in the future. For example, you become the IT officer and you are assigned to do this job. And you have to solve that problem. So we try to do that to our students as well. The assignment will be like your future work jobs requirements. You have to solve that issues, or you have to answer that problems, how to do it. You have to admit everything in that assignment to present to your lecturer. And based on what you have done there, we're going to mark whether you understand the subjects, you have solved the problem or not. Because we try to prepare for you when you graduate, you have to like get on and start your job straight away without feeling like not confidence. And we also have no lectures, as we mentioned, but basically it will be like the workshop. Workshop means the lecturer will explain the theory to you, will show you a sample of the exercise, and you're gonna do that. We will never talk for 3 hours, and for you to sit there and listening, that's pretty boring, and we try to avoid that in all our courses, also in IT. And we try to introduce more of the actions and more practical activity in the class. So this is the flyers of our devices. If a student wants to study with us, what would they need to do? In Kaplan Business School, we will not provide a computer for students, because everyone needs to have their own laptop. And the laptop, you need to have the requirements that meet with our course demands, so you can perform all the assignments and all the tasks on it without any difficulty. So if any student want to do IT, WEduAbroad can help me to share this flyer to you before you come into us to study, to purchase the laptop with this requirement, to make sure that you can have the best laptop to use for the course. This is just some information about the work-based learning. So in the course structure, we do have some internship as well. If you do a Master of IT, we will have 3 subjects for internship. 1 will be in the IT internship subjects, and 2 will be the MBA internship subjects. You can see that we do offer MBA subject in our IT as well. As I mentioned before, we are business school. We didn't not only have a knowledge about IT, but also we have knowledge about business as well. So in the future, if you want to work or run a business or become a manager in that field, you have some managerial knowledge and skills there. So this MBA subject prepare you for that. And our course have more than 20% of the total course credit achieved through the work-based learning. This one I mentioned before, when you study in IT, you need to bring your own device that meet with our requirements so you can study the IT course. Because, for now, a lot of students, they're going to do like hybrid learning, some of them. Like sometimes you're going to have a subject that you can do online, and that will require you to be able to connect to your classmates because sometimes you have to do jobs in a group. So it's important you have your own device so you can connect to your friends, or when you do a group study, you can bring it anywhere you go. So if we provide you a computer, it will be very hard for you to bring that device around because the computer is a desktop we provide, and it's really hard for you to locate one desktop available for all your groups, because we have a limited number of desktop, but our number of students in the campus is huge. So important that you have your own device with you, right? It's just some information about the laptop that you need to have when you study this course. Some students asking for me, so what is the tuition fee that Kaplan Business School require from the international students? We provide a very reasonable tuition fee. You can see that our diploma programs is similar like 1 year of our Bachelor of IT. So 1 year of study, which is 8 subjects, we charge our students, international students, with 21,200 Australian dollars. And you can see if we break down per subjects, that will be 3,100. This is the tuition fee before scholarship. I'm going to introduce about scholarship later. But compared to other providers, we're offering quite reasonable tuition fee and very affordable as well. For students who want to do master, the fee will be 37,200 for students who study 1 year and 8 months duration. But if you want to do a master of IT extension, the fee will be 48,700 because this is a 2 years programs. All right, so that is information about our IT courses. For now, I just want to introduce about Kaplan Business School. I know that you want to understand about the IT. That's why I introduced it first, but I'm sure a few of you will be curious about Kaplan Business School. And here is some information that if you want to know who we are and whether we are good providers, a good school for you to study, go straight to our website. We have everything about us, about all the videos you want to understand about Kaplan Business School, about our courses. They're all in here. So let me show you why Kaplan Business School.
What does your future career look like? If you're thinking about starting a new career or investing in new skills, we've got you covered. The future of business means globalization in business, turbulent financial markets, emerging technologies. Across 5 campuses, we have lecturers that have industry knowledge, so we'll teach you how to apply your skills in the real world. We'll place you in an internship to assist you to advance your career. Our internships provide real-world experience, insight into the industry, networking, and career prospects. We understand the stress linked to study. That's why you can expect small workshop-style learning, perfect for encouraging ideas. Experienced lecturers give you one-on-one assistance and a nurturing approach to learning. Our students come from all over the world, so you'll feel welcomed in different languages. We are a provider that is known for being innovative and future-focused. Our courses will always be available with our lifetime of learning guarantee. This offers the ability to upskill, to stay on top of the job market, and to network with your peers. We think today's students are the foundation of business in the future.
I also want to share with you a bit about our Sydney campus, so you understand about our facility, whether you're going to study in a good campus or not, because a lot of students concerned about, yes, they pay a lot for going overseas to study, but whether they're going to get a good like facility out of it beside the qualifications they get and the quality of their educations. All right, return back to our slides. I just want to emphasize some information that you have seen just now. So we do have 5 campuses. We have Melbourne, where I'm based at, and we also have the Adelaide, Sydney, and Brisbane, and Perth. Early of next year, we're going to have another campus in Queensland. Near to Brisbane, we call it Gold Coast. So there's so many destinations for you to select from. If you want to go to regional area, so you can get extra points when you apply for migrations later, you can choose Perth, Adelaide, or Gold Coast because they are regional campuses. But if you want to study in a big, vibrant city, you can select Melbourne, Sydney, and also Brisbane. But regional area doesn't mean it's like in the countryside and it's isolated. No, because Australia is a very developed country. So everywhere you go, even it's categorized as regional, but doesn't mean it's in the countryside. You still can have a good city life in the city that you select to study. It's just because it's less crowded and it's less in smaller size compared to Melbourne and Sydney, but it doesn't mean it's anything less in terms of quality and also of life and study you're gonna get from that campuses. So students asking me, yes, Kaplan Business School, you are a business school, you're not a university, so what is the difference? I just want to share that our qualifications is no different from qualification you get from a university in Australia, because in Australia we have a education framework that every education provider, every school that want to teach a bachelor, they have to follow the same framework with a bachelor from a university. Or if they want to teach a master course, will be the same framework with a master course from the university. The reason we can't call ourselves a university because we are a boutique business school. We only focus on business and IT courses. We don't have other faculty, is for example like engineering or health or science. We don't have those faculties. So to form a university, you need to have at least 3 or 4 many like sectors, not only business and IT. So that's why they call it uni. Uni mean uniform, mean like in a group. So that's why we are only focused on one sector, business and IT. That's why we only can call ourselves business school. I give you an example, Harvard University, right? They do have Harvard Business School as well, because that Harvard Business School is, they only focus on business courses and teach only business. So that's why they are a school in the university. They part of the university. And of course, Harvard will have law, will have other courses as well. Just explanation so you can understand why we don't call ourselves a university. But our qualification, our quality is there, and the students who study with us, most of them give us a very high recommendation and feedback. And these are some of the rankings and awards that we have achieved in the last few years. I just want to brief you through it. So, for example, in the COVID time, we are one of the providers in the finalists and the recognition of our COVID student welfare plans that recognized by the Study New South Wales International Student Awards because of we providing a very good package support to our students during the COVID pandemic. Our management team, they sacrificed the salary, and the company have funded about $6 million to support our students that in needs during those COVID difficult time. And also we, in 2020 as well, AFR Higher Education Awards also listed us the only independent higher education providers is in the list of the international education categories as well. So we are one of the school that got in the final stage of this award. And in 2021, we get the Pioneer Awards for our support of our students. Yeah, and not many private providers get these awards. Usually it's university. And we was against up to some of the big competitors, university, but we again was the winner. And in 2020, we also have like we are ranked and rated higher than every Australian university in the metric of quality of entire educational experience. That means the student who finished their course in the uni, they were not as certified as the student who studied with Kaplan Business School. And our survey rating showing that the student who graduated from us have the higher certifying rate compared to other students who graduated from their university. So this is a very good thing that we like to emphasize. Right, and students who study with Kaplan Business School, they also will have a lifetime guarantee. What does it mean? That means after you graduate with us, you always can come back and study the subject, the course you have done again in the future to upskill yourself, to make sure that your job is on, to have the most up-to-date trends of your course, because knowledge about subjects, about industry is moving. It's not staying one space. What you study now will not be adaptable for the future. So that's why you always have to look for a new knowledge to upskill yourself. So that's why we're offering this opportunity to our alumni. They always can come back to Kaplan Business School to study the same course, the same subject they have done in the past for free. And you can do it as many times as you want, and you can study for your whole life. And this is the service that only us is offering now. And our students, our alumni really appreciate it, and we have students coming back and upskill themselves. So they can always be on trend with all the demands of the industry and get the most updated knowledge. So they will never falling behind compared to the new graduate. And in 2021, we also got a recognitions in our unique lifelong learning guarantee. So this is a very good service that we have, and we got awarded for it as well. So something about our campus here I like to share. As I said, we have 5 campuses. It's just some information for you to understand about our campuses. So all our campuses are located in the central of the city, in all the cities. So if a student doesn't want to live in a suburbs, they like to stay in the city to feel more surrounded with people, or easy to travel between work and their personal life and study. It's easy for you to study somewhere in the center of the cities. So it's good that you select Kaplan Business School because all our campuses are in the center of all the city. First is our Adelaide campus. This is the third most livable city in the world, and 95% of the students who study with us, they satisfy with our learning experience. Yep, and this is the state that have the best coordinated entrepreneurial ecosystem in Australia. So if in the future you graduate and you want to become an entrepreneur, run your own business, so this is the best city to get the support for that. So our Brisbane is in Queensland state, and it's just above Sydney, and this had a bit like warmer weather. So if a student who come from Asia like me or like you guys, you might not used to the 4-season weather and you won't like the cold, Brisbane is one of the best destination in terms of weather for you. And Brisbane have like 3 international airports for the students to travel. And it has the highest growth rate of the capital city in Australia, and it's very close to Gold Coast, our regional campus, and it's just only 1 hour flight from Brisbane to Sydney, and this is in the top most livable city in the world as well. So Melbourne, where I'm based, I'm in love with Melbourne, but some people, they are picky with the weather. They don't like the weather keep changing in Melbourne, and they don't like the cold. They might avoid Melbourne, but I love Melbourne because it's not so crazy crowded like Sydney. It has space. It's have a big community of Asians, like people like Vietnamese, Cambodian, and I love my Vietnamese food, so I always travel to Vietnamese town for it. And the food here is so on, like, you know, up to the standard, and you won't feel like you're missing home when you live in Melbourne, because it's always there Cambodian food and Vietnamese food there for you to eat if you feel for your home country taste. And Melbourne is in the top most livable city as well, and our students have like very high satisfactory rate after they graduate from our Melbourne campus. And Sydney is the city of the opportunity. Obviously, you study in Sydney, you have the high chance to find jobs, and because so many businesses are based in Sydney, and they have the biggest populations in Australia, so many opportunity there for you if you want to find jobs, if you want to experience a city life, busy life. Sydney is the best city for you, that if you want to maximize your experience. But just want to share that if you want to graduate and find to migrate in Australia in the future, Sydney and Melbourne might not be the best city for it. Like I mentioned before, regional campuses like Adelaide, Perth, and also Gold Coast will be better because they'll give you more points for your migration. And we have Perth as well. Perth is the campus that the newest campus that we had, and we opened it in 2020 when the pandemic just happened. But our Perth campus is growing so fast, and now we have to have another building just to accommodate with our student demand. And yeah, and Perth have a lot of students come from Asia, want to study in Perth, not only Vietnamese, but high number from students come Bhutan, come from India, from China as well. Okay, so study with Kaplan Business School, student is worried that they might not be able to get the good support from our team, but please rest assured that you're going to get a very good support from it, because we have academic success center team that will help you with your academics issues. If you want to have any service in terms of helping you to do a research for your assignments, and if you don't know how to do Harvard referencing, how to write essays or report writing, they will there to help you. Okay, and for your assignments, we're gonna help you with how to understand the task requirements and how to do brainstorming as well, and how to plan your answer. And in terms of language barrier, for example, students come from Asia, they might need help with English, and we're gonna help you to clear the expression, help you to know how to correct your grammar and how to improve your vocabulary and writing skill, or linking words and phrase, or speaking skill and pronunciation, they all help you with that. Because studying with Kaplan Business School, you also have to do presentation of every subject, and important that you know how to speak and you have to speak correctly, and also how to express yourself well. Okay, and we do have career central team that helping our student with finding jobs. Some students think of career mean finding job. Yes, correct. But before finding jobs, we gonna help them with other services as well. How to guide them to go to the correct career, and also help them with the internship. Any course that the students want to study, most of the course we offer internship at the end. But it's not a compulsory program, and our school will be the party that help you to find the internship opportunity. You don't have to do it, but to get the jobs, you still have to go through interview. You need to also know how to prepare your resume and how to prepare your cover letter. In Australia, when you apply for jobs, you're not only throwing your resume, apply for it. You need to write a letter to talk about yourself and why you want that jobs. We call it cover letter. So it's very important that you know how to express yourself through the cover letter. That is the letter that convinces the employer to open your resume to see if they want you or not. And before you go for interview, we're going to help you, coach you for interview question as well. And before you go for the interview, we also help you how to find jobs by improving your networking techniques, advise you on, like, for example, open your LinkedIn profile and how to make connections in the industry. So many things that our Career Central team is helping our students. And any student that go for internship, the percentage, the survey show that 40% of our students after the internship get a job offer with that company as well. So it's very high and highly recommended for our students to go for internship, because you are very likely to get your jobs after you finish the internship program. And the student who graduated from Kaplan Business School, their salary average is slightly higher than a industry salary average of 20%, right? And our student services, we help our students with so many things during the study. For example, events, activities, enrollments, counseling services, and timetable, and all things in Australia, life in Australia. You can always ask them. They're always there to help our students. Right, student asked me again, where your student come from, whether I'm going to study with only Asian student or student come from other part of the world as well. Just want to share that we recruit from globally, from all the countries around the world. So these are the main country that we have a student coming from. We do have students come from like Brazil, in America, and also Europe, and also we have from South Asia and Asia as well. Okay, beside IT courses, we also offer other subjects and courses that for you to consider. For example, we do offer like Bachelor of Business, and we have 4 specialization in here: accounting, hospitality and tourism management, and marketing as well. And our Bachelor of Accounting is accredited by CPA, ACCA, and Chartered Accountant. And for postgraduate courses, we do have Master of Business Analytics, and we also have MBA, and we have also a Master of Professional Accounting and Master of Accounting. About IT courses, I already introduced it to you. And our accounting course in the master level is also recognized by CPA and Chartered Accountant and ACCA as well. Our MBA is currently at the top 2 MBA in Australia, and this is one of the most popular course. Many Cambodian students are studying in this program with us. The reason is we have, this is the 2 years programs, but we only have 12 subjects in here, but we offer up to 8 specialization for the student to select from. So student can also study 2 specializations up to their choice if they don't want to go for internship. But if they want to go for internship, then they can only select 1 specialization. And in our MBA program, we don't have any exams. Students will just only have to do assignment, assessment to pass their subjects. And we only provide workshop and no lecture in here. That means the student will have a lot of time interacting with their peers and also your lectures during your study. And these are the career outcomes for our for each specializations. And the student doesn't need to have how to say to have the business background to study this. For example, if your student have like engineering or technical background, they always can select project management, or if IT background or marketing background, they can do like digital management. And if the health background, they can select health services management, or if they want to do like tourism, they can also select tourism as well. So in Kaplan Business School, what do we offer? Some students might not have the English to go directly to our courses. They can consider to do English with us, and we offer the English Sky test online, and you can do it at WEduAbroad office to find out what is your level. And we offer up to 30 weeks of English before the main course. And we also have the post-graduating program will help our student who doesn't meet directly with the master entry. So they can study that course first and then they enter to our master degree after, because many university in Cambodia is not the same level with Australia uni, and you might have to study this program. And at the moment we offer 10 weeks free of English for our students from Southeast Asia. So if you come from Cambodia, if you have to study any English before, you get 10 weeks free. And we accept all kind of English tests. If you already have some English tests before, you can submit your IELTS, your PTE, TOEFL, or Duolingo before you study with us. And we accept application all year round. We have March, July, and November intake as well. So if you graduate now, you can aim for November. If you want to aim a bit further, you can aim for our March intake in 2024. Right. This is the academic and English entry requirements. So if you aim for our bachelor or diploma program school in Cambodia, and for diploma, we only require 5.5 in IELTS with no band lower than 5. If you have done 1 year study in Cambodia in your bachelor level, you can enter directly to our bachelor in Australia. And for English, you need to start to achieve like 6.0 in IELTS with no band lower than 5.5. Speaking and writing is 6. If you aim to study our master course, your bachelor in Cambodia have to be equivalent to Australia bachelor. If not, then you have to might have to study a postgraduate qualifying programs before you enter into our master. And for English requirement, is the same with our bachelor, which is 6.0 in IELTS only. We don't require 6.5, so which is an advantage for the students. Right, I mentioned before we do have intakes, 3 main intakes, and we have September intake, but September intake is more like for onshore students who want to enter before the November, but it's not recommended for students who come from overseas because this is the accelerated intakes. And this is the tuition fee of all the courses beside IT. I have done show you the IT tuition fee before. If you're interested in diploma, for example, the business courses, the fee is only 19,600. And if you want to do accounting for master level, is 2 years program is 46,000. Yep, and also business analytics also around 46,000 as well. So we offer quite a few scholarships for our students, especially our international students. So for example, if you graduate from a high school or a bachelor from Cambodia and you want to enter into our programs, we will look at your GPA, and if it's above 65%, we'll give you 10% tuition fee discount for you. We call it Asia International Scholarship. And if you want to study our master, but your bachelor is not equivalent to Australian master and you have to study our PQP program, we give you 30% scholarship for this program. And if you want to study our MBA in the health services management and you have work experience in this industry, we'll give you 20% discount as a frontline healthcare leadership scholarship as well. For example, if you were a Kaplan alumni, doesn't have to be Kaplan Business School alumni, because as a Kaplan group, we have 400 locations in 30 countries and we have business in many countries. For example, if you were a Kaplan Singapore students and you want to study with Kaplan Business School, yes, you can get 30% discount as an alumni scholarship. Okay, the next scholarship will be Southeast Asia High Achiever Scholarship. If you achieve in your bachelor qualification with 80% GPA, you can apply for 20% High Achiever Scholarship. Right, the last one is the English Advantage Program. I mentioned before, if you have to study English before your main course, we give you 10 weeks free of English. So this is some student testimonial. You can find this information on our website to understand about what is feedback about us. And this is just some industry accreditation and membership that we have at the moment for our courses. And some students ask me, okay, you provide internship, so what company that your student have worked at? You can see this is all the company. We actually have more, but this is just some selected company that we want to show to you that the student have worked in this well-known company. So you can be assured that your internship will be in a good company and good environment. Yeah. Right. And some picture of our graduation. You can see the students come from different backgrounds. Yeah, it doesn't have to be always in one continent. So you for sure will have a study experience in an international environment. So this is the end of my presentations. It's now time for any question that you might have for me. I will stop sharing my screen now and I will give the floor to you. If you have any question, please let me know.
Thank you so much for your wonderful and meaningful presentation today. Yes, we really get a lot of information that you are sharing and provides of the Kaplan Business School, and also so now is Q&A session, so everyone can open mute to ask directly to our speaker, or another one you can comment in the Zoom. Yes. Okay, អញ្ចឹងឥឡូវនេះគឺដល់ម៉ោង Q&A session អញ្ចឹងអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាបើសិនជាមានសំណួរឬក៏ចម្ងល់អីអាចសួរ director កាន់ speaker របស់យើងក៏បានឬក៏អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាអាច drop សំណួរ question របស់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នានៅក្នុង message នៅ chat នៅក្នុង group យើងក៏បានដែរអញ្ចឹង the floor is yours, so let's start.
You can ask in Khmer as well, and WEduAbroad team can help to translate to me. Please don't be shy. Yes.
Actually, yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Miss Vanessa.
Yes, hello.
So I have one question. So right now I'm studying bachelor degree. So what if I plan to study master in Australia, but in different degree? For example, I study in IR in bachelor degree, and then I want to switch to study master with IT in Australia with Kaplan Business School. So is it possible to switch?
So may I know what industry that you're studying at now? Is it business?
International relation.
Okay, so it's a bit more like business related course and you want to switch to IT. To be honest, the way we design our master course is for non-IT. Is it possible? But however, the concern is not from our school, but it is more about visa officer. Because when you apply to study overseas, the visa officer who approve your visa will look at the relevance of your bachelor study with the master to see whether that you have any relevant experience in the bachelor study or not. And if not, usually they will think that you might not capable to do, and it will be a risk there for your visa. So you can consider to study at the MBA with us, and then you can switch after one trimester to a different course. To change the course onshore, I mean in Australia and in the school, it's easier than you apply before you come to Australia. Because you see that in our Master of IT Extension, we have 2 MBA subjects. So whatever you study in the first semester in our MBA course will be transferred to the Master of IT as well. So it's important you get the visa first. So that's why I recommend you to study in the same field. And then after the one trimester, you can apply to change to Master of IT and get those subjects to be transferred to the new program. That's my answer.
Thank you so much. So I have one more question.
Yep.
Like, so how long that I can take, for example, if I cannot go directly into MBA, like the postgraduate, how long?
The postgraduate qualifying program is 1 term. It's 3 months. In there we'll have 5 subjects. So after you finish that, you're gonna go to the MBA. But the combination of the graduate certificate with the MBA will still be 2 years, the same duration with a MBA course standalone, because any subject you do in the graduate certificate will be transferred when you go to the MBA level. So the only time you have to study extra is the PQP program, which is 1 term, 3 months only. So may I know which university that you are doing now at the moment? Hello.
Thank you so much. And also thank you for your presentation as well.
Thank you. Well, if you want to ask for more information, you can send email to WEduAbroad team, and they will help to send it to me, and I will try to explain to you in a writing so you can understand better. And all the best to your future.
Yes. Thank you for question, Narat. And okay, so now we have one question from our participant. Yes, from Terry. So that may I know if the tutor fee so for the whole program or just for 1 year of study?
Oh yeah, the tuition fee is actually for the whole programs. So for example, you see our Master of IT is 48,700 Australian dollars. It's actually for 2 years. So if you divide it for 1 year, will be half of that fee. Yeah. And in Australia, we don't collect the fee of the whole year. We collect per term. For example, if that term you study 3 subjects, you're gonna time 1 subject time 3. Yeah, and you don't have to pay the whole lump sum at the beginning. It will be a bit difficult for a lot of students, especially they have the family support and they might not be able to pay a big amount. So that's why we only collect per term only. Yeah.
Thank you. ទេរីសម្រាប់ information គាត់បាននេះអាចមានសំណួរសួរបន្ថែមទៅកាន់គាត់ថា information ហ្នឹង clear ដែរអត់ចឹងណា So now let's move to another participant. They ask another question, 3 questions for him. Okay. For first,
I can see it. Is it Cheng from Cheng?
Yes, his name Cheng.
Yeah, I'm happy to answer it. I read it before. So the Master of IT, not attention, is 1 year 8 months. So it's slightly less than 2 years. But studying this subject, you will not be eligible for 485 visa later if you want to stay back and work for a few years to gain experience. Yes, but if you wanted to get a shorter degree to come back to Cambodia and work straight away, this is more suitable for you if you want to finish a course faster and go back to your home country. But if you're looking for extra experience working in Australia, the 2 years program is better for you. And the tuition fee, 37,200, is for 1 year 8 months. And it's actually for if you have to divide per subjects. I think the per fee subject is about 3,000 something. And this is for the whole program. It's not for per year or for 2 years. The duration is 1 year, 8 months. And Kaplan Business School, we are not part of any university. We are our independent education providers, and our degree is provided by us, not by any university. Kaplan in other country, they might have a pathway program with some university, but that's a different business that we have, because Kaplan is a very big education group, and we have different sector of business. But Kaplan Business School only provide their own degrees. So students study at Kaplan Business School will receive Kaplan Business School certificate, not other university certificate. About the jobs, IT jobs in Adelaide, yes, there is many, but at the moment I don't have a data with me. You can do it by do some Google search. I'm sure there will be some information there for you. And if I happen to have any information now, happy to pass it to you so you can consider. But Adelaide is a very good city for you to consider, because Adelaide is quite open for migrations, especially for students who study, person who want to migrate to Australia in the future. Yep. So that's my answer. You're welcome.
Thank you for your answering to him. Yes.
Yes, I got another question here from Siang Taimeng as well. He sent directly to me, that's why you can't see it in the chat. I have a question about the new change of student visa application. Is it true that the GTE will be replaced by the GST by 1st of October? Yes, this is in the discussion still, but we haven't received any official communication from the Department of Migration just yet, but we have heard about some rumors about the change, which will come in soon. What we heard is the student now can address that what they want to do after they graduate, whether they want to come to live and contribute to Australia instead of saying that they have to go back to their home country, and some other changes as well. But at the moment, I don't have all the information here to share with you. When it comes to official, I will be very happy to talk about it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
តើអ្នកគ្នាមានសំណួរទៀតអាចសួរបន្តបានទៅគាត់បានឬក៏អាចតបសំណួរនៅក្នុងឆាតរបស់យើងបានណា
So for any of you that want to know more about Kaplan Business School, you can go to our website, which is kbs.edu.au, and you can go on there and look at our courses and our tuition fee and all the campuses. You can find the video, photo, brochure on it as well, if you want to know more about us. And in terms of scholarship, if you want to apply with us and see whether you're gonna eligible for it, you can apply with WEduAbroad, and they will give you the information about it. WEduAbroad is one of our key partner in Cambodia, and they have many students that are currently studying with us, and the visa rate, I have to say, is very high, and I think you come to the right place to apply to study abroad. Yeah.
I got one question from a participant that sent directly to me. Yes, they asked for asking while she study in second year. So if she want to transfer to study through Kaplan Business School on IT major, so she can or not?
Sorry, where she's studying now, in Australia or in Cambodia?
She study in Cambodia in second year of major IT also.
Yes, definitely she can. And if she have done 1 year study in the bachelor already, she doesn't have to go to our diploma. She can enter to our bachelor. But the thing is, she have to get the how to say, the English level that equivalent to IELTS 6.0 with no band lower than 5.5. But if she hasn't got it, she still can study some English with us. And for each English level, we have 3 intakes per year to offer to our students. Yeah, so yeah, that's my answer.
Thank you so much for answering. Yes. So
My pleasure.
ចាំមានអ្នកមានសំណួរទេអាចត្រប់សំណួរបានបើសិនជាអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាអត់ហ៊ានបើក mood ដើម្បីសួរទៅកាន់សួរ director speaker របស់យើងអញ្ចឹងណា we got a question from participant from Terry again. Yes. A question first, are there many students who work in IT while studying in Melbourne? How many hours are you allowed to work on the student visa? And second question, for the MBA program, do you need any prior work experience? Yes.
All right. Thank you. This is very good question actually. Right. How many students who work in IT while studying in Melbourne? I don't have the data for it. I think your question is more in general. I don't think we have any published data for this one because the government, they don't do a survey whether student is working in IT while studying in Melbourne. But we do have, definitely I have known someone that doing that in our school as well. So rest assured that there's opportunity there as long as you have some knowledge and you can communicate well. It's very easy for you to find job while studying. In Australia, we now allow our students to work 24 hours per week. So you can work up to 48 hours. 48 hours per fortnight. So it's actually increased compared to before COVID. Before COVID, we only allow students to work 20 hours a week only because we want our students to have at least 20 hours studying and not overworking and not be able to achieve good result in school. And in our MBA programs, it depends on the program that you graduate from in your bachelor. If your bachelor is equivalent to Australia degree, we won't require you to have any working experience to enter to our MBA. But if your bachelor is only equivalent to associate degree, which is one level lower to a bachelor degree, we might require you to have 2 years working experience or have to study PQP program before enter to our MBA. But also for a student who had a background not related to business, but want to do MBA, we might ask them to have some working experience first before they go to our MBA because switching the industry, the study field can be a risk for their visa. So you have some working experience there will support to your applications. But if a student that did the business in a bachelor and their degree is equivalent to Australia degree, they can enter directly to our MBA without any working experience. So it's case by case basic, and we will have to assess it and we will have to advise it to you when we look at your profile. Hope I answered your questions.
Thank you for answering, Miss Vanessa. Yeah,
My pleasure.
So he said that thank you for your answer. So
yeah, I saw that. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. អញ្ចឹងអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាបើសិនជាមានសំណួរបន្ទាប់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចត្រប់សំណួរបាន Yes, I got one more question from participant. Yeah, he want to know that why I'm sorry. While he study IT in Australia, and he mentioned that while studying can internship while in study or cannot. Yeah.
Yes, the internship is for bachelor student usually on the 3rd year, so it will be included in the bachelor program. So you won't have to extend your visa to do internship with us because when you do internship, it will be equivalent to some of your elective subjects. For example, if you do a internship for 5 days a week for that term, so it will be equivalent to 2 subjects in your bachelor program. But for the master students, usually it will be after the first term, you can already go for internship because master student will already have a bachelor degree. That means they have already some knowledge there. They don't have to go all the way to the second year, the last year, to be able to get the internship. Yeah, so everything will be included in the program. You don't have to worry about have to extend your visa for it, and it will be equivalent to one of our elective subjects. Yeah.
Thank you so much for answering. Okay.
Pleasure.
We have one more question. About Lisa. From Lisa, we got a question from Lisa. Yes, if I study in year 3, can I continue to study in year 4 directly or need to repeat the course in year 3 again when I transfer to Australia?
Right, it's very good questions. A lot of students that want to leave their programs in their country and want to come to us, but unfortunately, Australia qualifications and the curriculum that we have here is not the same with curriculum in your home country. So all the subject that you have studied in Cambodia might very unlikely not be able to transfer to us, and you might have to repeat the whole thing. That is the first thing. That means you're wasting your 3 years of study. And the secondly is when a visa officer that process your visa look at your case, they think that you throw everything away. The 3 years that you have invested in your study in your country, go to a new country to repeat again another qualification. They think that is not a good investment, and very likely you will get visa rejection for that decision as well. So my advice for you here is you finish your bachelor in Cambodia because it's only another year, and then you go to ask for a master study. That will be better for you instead of have to do it the whole degrees again. Yeah.
Thank you for answering. Yes, Lisa បានទទួលព័ត៌មានច្បាស់នៅបើសិនជាបានជួយត្រាប់ comment វិញហើយបើសិនជាមានសំណួរបន្ថែមអាចសួរទៅកាន់ speaker របស់យើងបានបន្តទៀតណា Okay អរគុណច្រើន Lisa. She got all your information.
Yes, I saw that. Thank you.
Okay. I got one more question about from participant. Yes, she wants to know that may I know about the IELTS of bachelor degree? Yeah, so maybe she wants to know about IELTS.
The requirements of the IELTS. Okay,
yes.
So it will be 6.0 with no band lower than 5.5. Speaking and writing is 6. So if you do PTE, that will be 50. PT 50, and Duolingo will be 100. And if you don't have any of that, you still can sit for our Kaplan Kai test. The Kai test have to be done in WEduAbroad office, and yeah, we can use that result to measure your study level and to offer the English course before you enter to the main programs.
Thank you so much, Miss Vanessa.
My pleasure.
Yes. Wow. Vanessa said that I have no more questions since the speaker already provided that information very detailed. Yes.
Thank you. But you know, if any of you have any question for me, I'm very happy to answer it. Just email to WEduAbroad and they can just forward it to me. I can answer you later because not every time you think of a question is always there. Sometimes you think back, yeah, I forgot to ask about that, and I should email them and ask for it. Yeah. So yes, I'm very happy to be here today. I'm not sure if any more questions for me, but I think it's almost time for me to log off to get like away and spend some time with my family. And I'm sure you have something to do for the weekend as well. And thank you so much for listening to me today, and really hope that I have provided to you useful information. And Kaplan Business School is one of the good options for you to consider to study in Australia. And if you have any information, please contact WEduAbroad, and they one of the best agents we have in Phnom Penh, and they for sure will give you a very good service.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Vanessa, for your presence to be our guest speaker, and thank you everyone for your participation. And so that's thank you once again to our speaker for spending your valuable time in our sharing session, and we hope to work with you again in the future. Yes, thank you to our participants for joining and your engagement with our speaker, and hope you got more information our speaker and have a well prepared for study IT in Australia. Yes, for Kaplan Business School also. Here we hope you got the all clear information that our speaker very wonderful for presentation today. Yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes. Thank you too. If you're interested, want to pursue your education in Australia, you can contact to our WEduAbroad team. And yes, we're also here to waiting for you to contact to us for more in that if you want to go to study in Australia. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much to our speaker presentation today again. Yes, it's a very wonderful time they have to work with you. So I hope we can work with you again in the future. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Yes, have a good weekend and spending your wonderful time with your family also. Yeah, goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.